This is just downright phenomenal. I don't think I've seen anything on this level. I haven't face palmed this hard in a very long time. But the other night, I was vibing on Twitter, wishing that I didn't have an account on there and no one else did, wishing the site didn't exist. When I saw hashtag I like girls trending on Twitter. So I click on it and I come to find out Billie Eilish fans, that's right, Billie Eilish, the very large public figure and singer, I believe, that she was getting shit from her fans because of queer baiting. For those of you guys that don't know, queer baiting is whenever you kind of hint, nudge at a character being LGBT, generally two characters of being LGBT, whether or not they're going to be in a relationship, but then never follow through with it. So it's just like getting like the woke points from the community and the fandom around that particular thing, but never actually committing to depicting an LGBT relationship or character. So I know TMZ. We're going to read a TMZ article, but believe me, this is the only type of, wow, somebody's been using targeted advertising. We're going to go ahead and read this article. We're going to read it, and it's going to be fun. A good chunk of Billie Eilish's fandom appears to be disavowing her, all over what they perceive as queerbaiting, but truthfully, it's a lot of assumptions and expectations. If you saw the hashtag You Like Girls, sorry, not I Like Girls, it was You Like Girls, trending Sunday evening and dove in, you probably saw a whole bunch of folks up in arms over Billie's recent social media activity / love life, with many saying they were done with her and her music because they consider her problematic. Long story short, Billie has recently been romantically linked to actor Matthew Tyler Vorse, who she's been seen out with on what some took as dates, including this past week when they were spotted getting cozy at Disneyland. Some are straight up calling him the boyfriend. That kind of threw some of her fans for a loop in and of itself, it seems, as there appears to have been some speculation that Billie might have been of the LGBTQ+ spectrum. We can't say why people thought that, other than good old-fashioned conclusion jumping. Already. Doesn't this happen every time a bisexual woman in media has a boyfriend? Honestly, I imagine so, yeah. By the way, you can be LGBT and still be in a straight relationship. For one, she could be anything from closeted to bi or pan. There's not just gay or lesbian. At any rate, some of those fans were even more confused when her latest musical offering, which they say sends mixed signals. It's Billie's music video of her new single, Lost Cause, which sees her dancing in somewhat suggestive fashion with other women. The true smoking gun of their queerbaiting case, as the fandom has insisted, was a follow-up post Billie threw up after the video, which featured the caption, I love girls. Okay. Some took that as Billie toying with her fans, as well as preconceived notions about her sexuality, which many have called counterproductive / harmfully misleading. Basically, they're suggesting she's doing more hurting than helping in the LGBTQ+ movement. During Pride Month, no less. That, coupled with her apparent interest in men, is causing an uproar. Oh my god! God, I need to let that fucking out. I became an opera singer with that one. Holy shit. How horseshoe theory is real. Horseshoe theory is actually real. It really is. Horseshoe theory is actually real. It's insane when you're so woke and so pro-LGBT that you end up harassing and bombarding someone you suspect that is LGBT because they're in a relationship with a gender you don't like. I hate the internet. Can we please just get the kids off the internet? Parents, if you're watching right now, please take your kids' phones away. Take away their computer. Take away their Twitter. These 14-year-olds should not be on fucking Twitter, okay? I'm actually angry. Do not fake being angry. I'm actually angry. I am actually pissed off at this. This makes me cringe to the fucking core. We're going to bust out the soapbox here for a minute and just say Billie doesn't owe anyone anything when it comes to all this speculation and projecting that's been thrust on her. Not before, not now, and not even in the future. That is, if she doesn't want to. Here's a tweet here. A sane person on the Billie Eilish situation finally
And so many straight women dance like this with a friend. Sexuality is not like this rigid binary, and I need y'all to stop forcing everything into boxes and forcing labels on everything. It's so fluid. There's so many ways to express your sexuality. And this is a safe way to do it. Dancing like this with your friends. You can't dance like this with men. And y'all can say all you want, you aren't trying to force her to come out, but you are.
This person's entirely correct. As many have rightly pointed out, there's nothing inherently sexual about Billie's dancing in the music video, and her caption could have been nothing more than just promoting her single. Whether Billie's on the LGBT spectrum or not, who knows? But also, who cares? It's nobody's damn business, so please give it a frickin' rest. Damn, TMZ. That's some surprisingly good reporting from you guys. Yeah, so the long and short of it is, you've got a bunch of very young people that are, I would argue, violently aggressively pro-LGBT to the extent that they are now engaging in what I would argue is biphobia, bi and panphobia. Yeah, what can I say? Vosh is right about the amount of bi and panphobia on the left. It's actually insane. They all wanted to see this character. You know what this reminds me of? Do you know another real person that these types of people accused of queer baiting? A fairly large creator? Dream. You know Dream? The Minecraft guy? I'm sure all of you know of him, at least to some degree. Dream has been accused of queer baiting for... And I shit you not. Because he and his buddy, George Not Found, in some of their streams and videos, say, I love you, buddy. Or occasionally, like, I guess you could consider it like flirty. So people have canceled Dream for queer baiting in that respect. I think, now, is it possible for real people that are public figures to queer bait a group? Sure. Yeah, no, it's possible. That's conceivable. However, I've yet to see a solid example of that happening. When I hear someone say that a real person with a private life is queer baiting their audience, that really puts a bad taste in my mouth. Because it almost seems like, no, it is. People who don't know anything about this person, who have a strong parasocial relationship with them, trying to push sexuality on them as though they don't have the right to express their sexuality how they want. Nicki Minaj did that. Please explain the context behind that, Venus Antics. But generally, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth. Even if Dream was LGBT, what right does Dream's fan base have to speculate on that and to get upset if he doesn't follow through and come out of the closet with his sexual identity? Same goes for Billie Eilish. If Billie Eilish is bi, pan, or even lesbian and in the closet, what right does her audience have to demand, to get angry because she expresses her sexuality in the way that she pleases to? And not only that, but it's just in a relationship that they don't approve of. They're not lefties, bro. They're just conservatives planted on the Twitter to destroy the left from the inside. I'm sure there are a few right-wing plants or whatever. I'm sure there's a thing there. But let's be honest. The majority of these people are real young people who, if we're being honest, just aren't old enough or mature enough to have fully grown to their political views. That's where most of it comes from. A lot of the cancel culture stuff, a lot of that kind of stuff. It comes from that. Young people who are very progressive but haven't fully grown to their political views. Nicki Minaj actually admitted to queer baiting, so I think that this is where it's coming from. Did she really? Hold on. No, guys, come on. Nicki Minaj played the entire bisexual card at the beginning of her career, amassed an army of gay and queer fans, and then said, lol, I was just kidding. But queer baiting for profit isn't real. Lamau. Katy Perry's first smash single was I Kissed a Girl. From there, she amassed an army of gay fans, then hit us with the, oh, that gay shit, lol, I was playing. Now let's not act like Ariana claiming straight, but hinted at kissing girls ain't the same bullshit. I'ma keep saying it. Everyone wants to be gay until it comes to us being killed, assaulted, and put out. Y'all love to live gay fantasies, but actually being queer is so much more work. Holy shit. Instablock. Good idea, 1G fan. I hope I never encounter this fucking person. These tweets have, like, this person's got a good amount of following. Hey, Sammy. Why are we period testing other LGBT people? Because this is young, immature people on the fucking internet. I'm sorry, but even if you want to suspect, even if what this person said was true, how do you know what the sexuality of any of these people are? By the way, because Xander Hall is queerbaiting? Yeah, imagine I get called queerbaiting because I'm... Xander Hall is friends with a guy. That's queerbaiting. Yeah, like, come on, dude. People's sexuality isn't your business unless they make it so. Here's a good example. If somebody... Actually, I think I have a very good example of this. I have a very good example of what happens when this goes wrong. Do you remember the Breadtube tweet? Do you guys remember it? Oh. So, Breadtube, shortly before she came out as trans, made this tweet. Nonpartisan board calls on Trump to begin transition, as in transitioning from the Trump administration to the Biden administration. And then Breadtube followed it up with a very harmless joke. That's a surprise. Best of luck to the president in her transition. And it's funny because transition, it's the same word, but they mean two different things. So, it's like, oh, yeah, well, it's not that funny. But it's a good little meme, right? The response. Mind you, this came less than, 2 months before she came out as trans. The best time to delete this post is immediately after posting it. The second best time is now. You're not trans. You don't get to make this joke. Ooh. Personally, I think a joke like this is a bit in poor taste for a cis person to make. And before... dead name, comes out as trans in response. Holy shit, I was mostly riffing off the tweet above. I'm a huge fan of Abigail, and I've been for a long time. Ooh, sheesh. Anyway. Transphobe is trans. It's not a joke cis people should make. You're a good ally, but this ain't it. Narrator, but it really was. Do you understand why this jumping to conclusions on people's gender identity and sexuality stuff can be a little bit problematic? You might put out a tweet that ages like sour milk, just maybe. Listen, in a society where LGBT people were completely accepted and LGBT people knew they were LGBT from the moment that they had the cognitive ability to know it, then you know what? Maybe you would have an argument. But unfortunately, that's just not the world that we live in. There's a lot of reasons for LGBT people to stay in the closet. Trans, gay, bi, pan, lesbian, all that. Non-binary especially, because of how fucking unaccepting society is of non-binary people, even more so than binary trans people. There's a lot of reasons why someone who's part of the LGBT community might want to stay in the closet. And I imagine it's probably pretty damn problematic when you've got all these people coming out to delve into the personal lives of these figures and then get mad at them when they express their sexuality in a way that they don't like. Anyway, this upset me a lot. When I saw that tweet thread or whatever, when I saw that going viral, the "you like girls" thing going viral, it really made me angry. It really, really did. It was so disrespectful to me. I haven't even listened to a Billie Eilish song. Like, I've listened to, like, the chorus part of "'Cause I'm the bad guy." It's something like that, right? It's the bad guy one that she got really popular from. Like, yeah, it's like, that's all I have heard from her. I'm not even, like, in any way affiliated with that community or that fan base of that content, right? And even I know from looking from the outside that the engagement that this fan base was engaged that was doing was extremely invasive, extremely irresponsible, and extremely bipanphobic. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, ring that bell icon so YouTube actually tells you when I upload or go live. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The link's in the description. You can also join my fan Discord, the link in the description. And finally, of course, as a final meme, if you can support me financially, you've got the money for it and you don't need it for anything else, you can donate or subscribe on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or super chat, or hit the join button to become a channel member on YouTube, or sub on Twitch, Prime or normal sub, whatever you like. Or finally, for the big meme, you could also pledge me on Patreon, whatever you like. I really appreciate your support no matter what, even if you just watch the video. And yeah, thank you for watching and have a good one.